The all-new Lexus GX550 was introduced in 2024, but they're going through a lot of first-year issues. Some issues that Lexus is fixing, and apparently the plastic is melting on some owners' newly purchased GX550s. The new GX has a complicated engine setup and all kinds of brand new technology, so it's understandable that they're gonna go through some problems. But that just means that this 2023 Lexus GX460, the last of its kind, is the one to buy. In this video, I'll explain why this Lexus is likely to go up in value if you buy it. Unlike most cars which depreciate like a rock the minute you buy it, the GX460 will actually be an asset. This second generation GX was built from 2009 all the way up to 2023. 14 years of the same SUV, virtually untouched, with some small updates and tweaks over the years. Lexus nailed the formula with this one, so it makes sense why they didn't want to mess with it, especially if you look at the sales from 2014 to 2023, up and to the right. Of course, all bets are off with the new one that they just introduced, but with this one, this is a legend. This Lexus has an old school feel to it, but is still modern enough to keep up with the times. This black GX460 with the gray wheels is the ultimate color combination, makes it look so much more aggressive. Make no mistake, this refined GX460 is a completely capable off-roader, got the wheels and tires to prove it. This is the one facelift that I'm not the biggest fan of. This grille is entirely too big. I would have preferred something that splits the top half from the bottom half. But the rest of it looks great. Big, bold, with a commanding presence. With a lot of vehicles, you have too much body cladding and molding all along the door panels. With this one though, nice and clean, sophisticated. The magic of the GX460 and the reason why it's gonna go up in value is because of this. Naturally aspirated 4.6 liter V8. Not a lot of power, 301 HP, 329 pound-feet of torque, but the point of this engine is it was built in 2010. 14 years of perfection, ultimate reliability. This thing will last forever. Lexus is certainly not making V8s anymore. Enjoy this while you can. Inside the GX460, it feels like a luxurious vehicle. Not nearly as much plastic in here as a GX550, so no worries about plastic melting in this. Instead, you have nice stitching all across the dash. Some plastic in here for sure, but nothing that bad. These buttons feel pretty good to the touch, and especially these dials all contribute to the premium feel. Nice looking steering wheel, along with analog gauges that add to the look. Just through the touch and feel of everything that's inside the GX460, you get the sensation that it's built to last. That's exactly what makes this GX460 a keeper. You know that this is gonna last you for decades. The technology in here is simple but yet functional. Not the smoothest display. You can also use the touchpad to move around on the screen. It's almost a little easier than using the touchscreen. And you have all the basics. There's a benefit to that simplicity. Because the technology feels a little outdated, it's less likely to break if you end up owning this for 2 million miles. You can adjust climate either through the display or through buttons down here. There's a subtlety to how these dials are designed. The same dial can either cool your seat or heat up your seat. Genius. Adjustable armrests. The seats are supportive and comfortable in this GX. Nice captain's chairs in the back, comfortable seats, adjustable too. Armrests for each chair that can flip down, and you even have your own foldable cup holder. Not just cup holders for the seats, but also in the door panel. Rear passengers have their own climate control. Lexus knows how to take care of its passengers, except the third row is pretty tight. It's not bad when the seats moved all the way up front, but with a normal sized passenger in front of you, really no space at all back here. Maybe if you have a 5 or 6 year old. What you really notice about the Lexus GX460 is the quality premium feel. Everything you touch has that high-end feel to it. Even the door armrests. Lexus paid a lot of attention to detail with this one. Even the wiper is nicely tucked away and hidden from sight. Here you have a convenient button to easily open up the back window. The tailgate doesn't lift up, instead it opens up sideways. Sadly, there's really no room until you drop the back seats, but you might as well do that because they're kind of useless. To lower the third row seats, you have convenient buttons to do that. This is more like it, plenty of room now. There's some panels in the tailgate which, if you open up, extra room for storage and a handy dandy tire kit. The GX460 is pretty big and you're seated off pretty high. It feels like you're driving a full-size truck. You have a commanding view of the road, and the immediate thing you feel is a sense of comfort and quality. It's really quiet and smooth, and it can absorb bumps like no other vehicle. Doesn't matter how bad of a road you're driving on or how many imperfections it has, this GX460 just soaks all of them up. Very stable, very quiet, but don't expect anything in the way of power. You can floor it as much as you want, but 329 pound-feet of torque can only do so much. But you don't buy the GX460 to be a speed demon. There's a reason why this thing isn't that quick. It's because it's built to last forever and be extremely reliable. So it's deliberately underpowered, a big power plant that can last you 1,000,000 miles. It's only a 6-speed transmission, but guess what? This thing is not going to break. Tried, true, and perfected manufacturing over a decade so that every time you get in this GX460, it'll start right up and never let you down. This is really the perfect highway cruiser because it's so quiet and comfortable. You could drive this Lexus for hundreds of miles and still feel great. It muffles all the noises from the outside, the engine noise. Unless you looked under the hood, you probably wouldn't even realize that this is a V8. Extremely good visibility, really easy to drive. The one thing you have to keep in mind though is gas mileage. This V8 is an unapologetic gas guzzler. With the GX460, you get the sense that this is a vehicle that's meant to last, not something that's going to disintegrate over time. Nothing about the GX460 is super advanced, but that's why people love it, is because you know you can buy this and live with it forever. This is your ultimate family SUV that's comfortable, luxurious, can hit the trails, and even act as your truck. To have a luxury vehicle like this that's quiet, comfortable with a V8 that can last you many thousands of miles is something so rare. That's what Toyota and Lexus owners love, is the fact that they can buy something like this and hold on to it forever. We don't know what the fate of the all-new Toyotas and Lexuses will hold, but one thing is for sure. The GX460 will shoot up in value in the coming years. There's an elegant simplicity to the GX460, just enough luxury but not too much to be overwhelming, and you get a sense that this is a vehicle that's built extremely well that you can count on. Thanks to Covert Buick GMC for loaning me this Lexus. If you're in the market for a new or used vehicle, be sure to give them a look.